sit with it. Alexa, turn on. Alexa, turn on. Bedroom. Did you need office?
Alexa, turn on the light.
Here it is. I found it.
A few things share the name light. Which one did you want?
Bedroom.
A few things share the name light. Which one did you want? I'm sorry, I couldn't understand that.
Cloudy hard water spots in your shower. Erase burnt-on stovetop messes. So for all your tough kitchen and bathroom messes, try Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
What does my family think about stiff and uncomfortable shoes?
Ew.
That's gonna be a no from me.
Forget about it.
And that's why we wear Skechers Stretch Fit shoes, because Skechers Stretch Fit are made from a breathable, soft knit that stretches and moves with you, giving you a comfortable, perfect fit with every step. And not only do Stretch Fit comfortably hug your feet, but they also have Skechers' famous air-cooled memory foam. Plus, they're machine washable and they're affordable. Find styles for men, women, and kids at a Skechers store near you, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish shoes are sold.
Several parts of Texas being hit hard by the coronavirus. In El Paso County, the morgue says it needs to hire several people to help with the increased workload. Job description warns not only is the assignment physically taxing, but it may be emotionally taxing as well. At the same time, ABC's Dennis Foley says a new drug will be available in Texas for COVID patients.
A new antibody treatment from Eli Lilly, bamlanivimab, is being made available to most parts of Texas. In Lubbock, Texas, Governor Greg Abbott said it's similar to the treatment President Donald Trump received when he contracted COVID-19.
The goal is to both heal Texans as well as to ease the burden on hospitals in Lubbock and elsewhere.
But the governor says there's no substitute for personal responsibility and wearing a mask.
You can prevent yourself from being exposed to COVID if you keep your distance from others, if you stay indoors if at all possible, if you wear a mask if you do go out.
Dennis Foley, ABC News, San Antonio.
Prosecutors say the plot to kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer may have been far more involved and dangerous. New court filings allege the 14 men arrested allegedly had a Plan B involving a takeover of the Michigan State House and executions of public officials. Their Plan C was burning the State House down, they allege. Two people who shot to fame in the Tiger King Netflix series are now facing federal charges. Jeffrey and Lauren Lowe accused of inhumane treatment of animals. This is ABC News.
Ready to create your own income with your own home-based business where there's no such thing as getting laid off? If a billionaire entrepreneur spent 5 years and $20 million searching for the next big trend, wouldn't you want to know what he found? If you're serious about making money from home without having to leave home, then write this down. www.goherenext.com. You decide your income. Get the facts now. Goherenext.com.
Brian Clark, ABC News.
Throughout the Ohio Valley, back to school is looking different. Each day, parents, teachers, students, coaches, and administrators are finding solutions to situations that are unprecedented. All of us at the Highlands appreciate everything you are doing and are here for the items you need. Visit hitthehighlands.com for the current guidelines and updated contact information of our retailers and restaurants.
Calls and conversations continue in less than 3 minutes as the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues after this.
Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 want to thank the owners and contractors of the Ohio Valley for using their locally trained workers to help build for the future. Local 83 helps design, fabricate, and build the gas infrastructure for the oil and gas industry here in the Ohio Valley. Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 is 300 members strong and growing. They also do residential, commercial, and industrial work on both sides of the river. For more information, call Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 at 304-233-4445.
Hello, I'm Chuck Reddick, Commissioner of the Internal Revenue Service. We're working hard to get ready for tax filing season. You know who else is working hard? Identity thieves. Keep your computers and your mobile phones secure. Use antivirus software and strong passwords. Look out for email scams. Secure your home Wi-Fi with a password. Stay safe when you shop online. Look for HTTPS in the web address. See irs.gov for details.
Head to Menards for the last 11% rebate sale of 2020. Update your floors with Designer's Image and Armstrong self-adhesive vinyl tile. It offers an elegant, distinctive design, is water-resistant, and easy to install. Save 11% on all vinyl tile flooring. Stop into Menards for the last 11% rebate sale of 2020. Savings are good until November 25th. Savings are a mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Save big during the Black Friday sales event at Thomas Auto Centers. Choose from over 80 in-stock certified pre-owned Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles. Get a 2017 Grand Cherokee Limited, 25,000 miles, sunroof, and leather heated seats, just $29,900. Or a 2019 Cherokee Latitude Plus, only 19,000 miles and local trade-in, just $25,228 at Thomas Auto Centers.
Get the best deal. Thomas Auto Centers.
Ball Road, St. Clairsville.
Wheeling Coin and Hobby on 10th Street in Wheeling, next to the Bridge Tavern in downtown Wheeling, wants to buy any and all unwanted gold and silver jewelry. They are paying top dollar for 10, 14, 18, and 22 karat gold plus 925 sterling silver. They also want to buy collectible coins and paper money from before 1933. Wheeling Coin and Hobby is open daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Saturday. Coin and Hobby, 304-232-8430, and add them on Facebook.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the watchdog trusts.
Highland Sports Complex is the coolest destination for sports and entertainment the Ohio Valley has ever seen. Pop in for some open basketball in our field house or reserve some turf time for your next practice or game on our synthetic fields. Online registration is open for development classes and leagues for youth and adults. Highland Sports is also the hottest destination for birthday parties and other events. So come challenge yourself on our play climb and enjoy your favorite virtual reality game in the arcade. No memberships required, so visit highlandsports.com to find your next entertainment experience and get ready to reach new heights.
From the Watchdog, here is your local weather forecast for your Friday. Mostly sunny skies, high of 60. Tonight, a chance of isolated showers, low of 45. And for your Saturday, expect mostly cloudy skies with a high of 52. And that's your local weather forecast from the Watchdog.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
In the year 1898, Marconi sent his first radio message across the English Channel.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Let's have a tune. I'm sick of this silence.
There's nothing wrong with being fun and popular and just giving people what they want.
This is not a radio fantasy camp. We're on the air here.
You seem happy this morning.
Is it Friday already?
Friday.
All I'm doing is getting on the air. The revolution will be broadcast.
How about Friday?
What's this?
Did you ever hear of a thing called radio?
Thank God it's Friday!
It's showtime.
This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe and Brad Leonard behind the board in the producer's chair.
Hither and yon and a bit beyond, we've got it all for you this morning as we talk about a variety of subjects here on our Finally Friday edition of the Watchdog Morning Show. Ohio's COVID curfew in effect as the Buckeye State House Republicans passed legislation to limit the executive authority to order shutdowns and other measures. Governor DeWine says he's going to veto that. Soon to be West Virginia Senate President Craig Blair says public health concerns cannot be allowed to override civil liberties. In other words, we can't order masks even if it helps us public health-wise. The Mountain State School Superintendent says remote learning is not good for students. Even, of course, as the governor mandates a week of remote on the week after Thanksgiving. The Reverend Darrell Cummings coming by to discuss this weekend's Thanksgiving food basket giveaway. Concerns over COVID creating extra concerns this year. We will talk about that. Newspaper editor John McCabe and I review the local news of the week in our regular Friday roundtable. I gotta be honest, I am pretty fed up with Facebook. I was just getting really frustrated during the day yesterday. And part of me thinks I have reached my limit. I will have a rant from the soapbox coming up a bit later on this morning on the show. Plus, on the lighter side of life, prepping for a second shutdown, a look at what we plan to spend on holiday shopping, and best friends get married just to have a graduation party. It's an unusual story. I'll share it with you. Weather-wise, we're looking for sunny skies and warm temperatures today. Get up to around 62 or so before the day is over. No, it's a day. However, tomorrow we'll see gray and overcast skies to start off our weekend. Currently, we are looking at 54 degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, 54 degrees here at my home studios, and 54 degrees at the Robinson Auto Group Studios, downtown Wheeling, in the heart of the Ohio Valley. Skies are clear, so starting off pretty nice this morning. 7:12 on the Watchdog Morning Show. Good morning, Brother Biff.
Good morning, Howard.
Everything working okay up there? We kind of under control today? Didn't have to take extra Fireball yesterday or anything now?
No, I mean, so far so good, but it's only 7:12. A lot can change between now and 10.
It's a point that you and I make often. Smooth sailing until 7:12 is one thing. Smooth sailing until 10 is a totally different story. Hey, Biff, did you go to your high school prom?
Yeah, I did.
I did too. I mean, I think most folks go to the prom and have a good time. I took my teenage love of my life, Kathy Gerald. She and I went to the prom, and we danced a little bit and had the usual prom type good time, right? After prom party, those sorts of things. I mean, I'm not going to say it was, Leave It to Beaver kind of stuff. I mean, the truth of the matter is, it got a little, prom night was a night to have some fun. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But nothing like what happened this year in Great Britain. Catherine Lake is a British school teacher, physical education teacher, if you want to be precise. Got a picture of her here. She's really cute, not stunning, but really cute woman. 44 years old. Not that makes a difference. Just want to give you some perspective on this. And I don't suppose this is unusual. I don't remember my teachers doing this, but maybe they did. She and a bunch of her fellow teachers before the prom went out and had a couple of drinks before they became prom chaperones. I guess they figured the kids are going to drink one way or another. We might as well get ourselves all geared up as well. So she had a little bit of wine, all right? And then when she got to the prom as a teacher / chaperone, she did some cigarette smoking with a couple of the kids. I'm not so sure that's a smart move, but I don't know, maybe. Shared a cigarette with a pupil. And they say she got a little, I quote the article here, a little flirty. And then somewhere during the midst of the prom, this 44-year-old gym teacher decided to, well, how do I want to say this, pop her top at the prom. So she decided it was a good idea to flash her breast to the student body. And that didn't sit well with the student body. The student body thought it was pretty cool. Guys especially. Whoa, Mrs. Lake's over there. Look. Did you see what Mrs. Lake did? But didn't sit well with the school board. She has been fired, not surprising. She has since gone on her own Facebook page and admitted, what's the phrase she used here? Unacceptable professional conduct. Yeah, I think it's a good phrase to use.
That sums it up.
I think that's pretty. Yeah. So she was so drunk she was banging into the doorways at the prom, and I guess there was a group of it was 8 kids said, "Hey, Ms. Lake, why don't we go?" They had a photo booth. Some of those proms have photo booths. Hey, why don't we get a photo in the photo booth? So they all went inside the photo booth, closed that curtain, and she went boop boop boop, and dropped her top and took the picture. So she says it was unacceptable professional conduct. The school agreed with her. She said on her Facebook page, "I've made a massive mistake, which has led to a change in..." I love this. "I have made a massive mistake, which has led to a change in my career path." Yeah, I'm thinking so. I'm thinking that's going to be a change in your career path. So, man, stuff like this never happened to me when I was in high school, right? Prom was fun, but of course, how do I say this politely? I don't know that there were any teachers I wanted to see pop their top. You know what I'm saying, Biff? I mean,
yeah.
There probably were a couple. I'm trying to think of. There probably were a couple, but anyway, I just thought, man, oh man, the proms have changed a lot since I was there. Apparently, tried to find some pictures, but I couldn't find pictures online. I wanted to see what I could find, but I couldn't find it. Comes out of the Sun newspaper from Great Britain this morning. Teacher fired for getting drunk and flashing boobs at pupil's prom. Wow. Unbelievable. Nothing like, you didn't have anything like that happen at your prom, did you, Biff?
No.
You sure?
Positive.
Okay.
I would have remembered, trust me.
I think any of us would have remembered if that was the case. I completely agree with you. 7:18 here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Another really goofy story this morning. Then it goes to high school boys again. High school boys love to watch, things like adult women pop their tops. High school boy, and I'm going to get in trouble for saying that, by the way. I know it. I acknowledge it now. I'm going to get in trouble for saying that. High school boys are great at skirting rules, okay? So finding ways to, get around the rules. Recently, and this also is not in this country, that's good news. The good thing is these stories are not from America. This one's from Australia. 2 teenage boys went viral after they got married in a backyard wedding. Now, you may think at that point that this is a story about gay marriage or something of that nature, and maybe it is, I don't know. But the real interesting part of the story is these 2 boys got married, exchanged vows, and officially became married in order to have a graduation party, because apparently in Australia, their COVID-19 rules say you can't have a party unless the people putting on the party are married. So these 2 boys decided to get married, and then they threw a big party for 150 people, violating the COVID, well, not violating the COVID rules. They found a loophole. One person on Twitter said the boys are geniuses for, quote, thinking outside the box. That's pretty far outside the box. Well, I want to have a big party. Well, we can't do that. COVID rules prevent it. Are there any? Let's look at these rules. Well, it says if married people can do it. Hey, Bob, you and I want to get married? Sure. Sure. And then we can throw a party. Another person said, people like these kids are the reason our whole country suffers from locked borders. The father of one of the boys later described the incident as a, quote, silly teenage idea. Well, I don't know. Getting married, I guess some silly teenagers have done that in the past, right? But I don't know, but I think it's more than a silly teenage idea when a couple of guys get married in their backyard so they can throw a graduation party. No word on how the party went. but they invited 150 people to their graduation party. Sometimes, Biffy, just these strange things happen in our world.
Yes, and we get to talk about them.
That's what I think they make them just for talk shows. They do this. Hey, you know what? If we get married and do this graduation party, probably like people like Monroe on the radio over there in Wheeling can talk about it. I don't know. 7:21, 21 after the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Well, that's the silly stuff. I want to talk about the governor's mask mandate in West Virginia. I want to talk about some folks who are violating that and say they don't give a rooty patootie about it. In Ohio, the controversy over the governor's curfew order is growing, and indeed, in fact, the controversy over Governor DeWine's entire executive authority on this is growing. And we'll talk about all of that coming up here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Plus, I'm going to go on the soapbox about Facebook. Vivi, you don't get on Facebook as much as I do. I mean, I know you have Facebook and you post occasionally and you read things, but you're not an addict. You're not, you don't have to read it 24 hours a day, right?
No, I don't have to read it 24/7.
I'm one of these people. They call it doom scrolling. You just sit there and keep scrolling. Unfortunately, I do that. And yesterday was one of those days. It just the stupidity of some people, the pettiness of people. Just, I'll talk about it. I'll get on the soapbox and rant in a bit. But first, let me tell you, it's 54 degrees. That's pretty good. Clear skies outside. Going to be a nice sunny and warm day today, but more gray and overcast and cooler tomorrow. 54 at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, 54 at the home studios here in Elm Grove, and 54 at the Robinson Auto Group Studios downtown Wheeling in the heart of the Ohio Valley.
From the Watch.
800-CDC-INFO. A message from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Highland Sports Complex is the coolest destination for sports and entertainment the Ohio Valley has ever seen. Pop in for some open basketball in our field house or reserve some turf time for your next practice or game on our synthetic fields. Online registration is open for development classes and leagues for youth and adults. Highland Sports is also the hottest destination for birthday parties and other events. So come challenge yourself on our play climb and enjoy your favorite virtual reality game in the arcade. No memberships required, so visit highlandsports.com to find your next entertainment experience and get ready to reach new heights.
Hello, Ohio Valley. This is Kate Delaney inviting you to join me overnight here on The Watchdog. Whether it's talking to big names in entertainment or sports, discussing the latest political news, or just chatting about life, I'll be here to keep you company on The Watchdog, WVLY AM 1370, FM 97.7, or online at watchdognetwork.com.
Live and local for the Ohio Valley, the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
7:27 after the hour, here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Welcome to those of you who are watching us on Facebook Live this morning. Quite a few folks have already popped in today. Looks like it's one of those going to be an active day on Facebook. I thank you for being a viewer as well as a listener. We're on Facebook Live every day, of course, and also on our YouTube channel. If you do not, you can watch us live on YouTube, but most folks watch us live on Facebook. But if you want to watch the shows in retrospect, if you want to watch them after the fact, you can go to our YouTube channel and check out all of our Watchdog shows. Not just me, but Billy and the Watchdogs and really everybody. Donnie Gilbert, oh God. Do you want to watch Donnie Gilbert? It's a lively show. Donnie does a lively show. So check it all out. Facebook Live for all of our programming live on the video stream and also in archive form on our YouTube channel. I said I'm really getting frustrated with Facebook, and there's a lot of things that are coming together to make me feel that way. And I think just because it is the place where some of the most petty and ridiculous and obstinate arguments occur. Once upon a time, and I don't know everyone, I think even in the early days of Facebook, there would be honest discussion about political issues. I'd throw out a subject, and somebody would say something, and we'd have a little disagreement. These days, it's all just, it's all, you're a Democrat or Republican, which means you either are for a mask or against a mask, for example. And it's this mask thing, among other things, that really got me frustrated. There is no debate. There is no argument. Wearing a mask in public keeps you safer from COVID. Now, yes, social distancing, not every place do you have to have it if you have proper social distancing of the mask. We can have some nuanced arguments there. But as a basic rule, wearing a mask, we know it to be true. I don't care how many times people say on Facebook, "Oh, I don't believe that to be true." It is true. And that's what just drives me crazy. And the other thing that gets me is, I've said this over and over, Biff, it's not that big a deal. We're not asking you to put on a hazmat suit. We're not asking you to do some kind of contortions or, acrobatic act to take a piece of cloth and put it on your face. It's just wearing a mask. And it is good for the public, and it's good for everybody. It protects you. It protects those around you. It protects those who will come in contact with you or those around you. And yet we still have these, I'm not going to wear a mask, it's against my liberties. A, it's not. But B, if it was, wear the... In Buchanan this week, the governor, of course, has imposed his mask mandate in West Virginia. Masks are worn at all times in all public buildings, including places where you can socially distance, and you have to wear a mask. and the mask mandate's been in effect for some time. He tightened it up a little bit last week. A bakery owner in Buchanan put out a statement saying, quote, "I'm not your mama. It's not my job to tell you what to wear, what to think, or what to do." Well, it is your job to enforce the governor's order. I mean, that is your job, but I'm not your mama. I'm not going to tell you to wear a mask. Why not? I'll tell you to wear a mask. I'll tell anybody to wear a mask. The bakery owner put a Facebook post up. She said, quote, "In response to Governor Justice's latest mask ruling, Taste and See," that's the name of her business, "is not on the payroll of the governor and will not follow these orders. If the state tries to shut us down for taking a stand saying that we would allow someone to come in without a mask or that we won't call the police if someone comes in without a mask, we have spoken to an attorney and they'll represent us. We have a problem with that state agency." I don't know how that would play out legally, but for God, just wear the mask and tell people to wear the mask and stop being so obtuse about it, so obstinate about it. Stop being so foolish about it. I don't understand what's the root of all this. I posted the story earlier this week, which we talked about on the show yesterday. 250,000 Americans, 250,000 Americans have died from COVID so far, more than 10 times the total number of people who died in car crashes, for example. We did some comparative numbers on that yesterday. And I posted it because there are a couple of people who've been arguing with me going, it's not that big a deal. I said, well, that's certainly a pretty big deal. And their answer was, well, I don't believe those numbers. Well, why not? I didn't make them up. I didn't just sit down and say, let's call it a quarter. No, these are numbers calculated from hospital, and they're added up by folks who actually have counted the deaths. I don't believe that. Then we get this argument, well, they didn't really die from COVID, they died from pneumonia, not COVID. Well, but they wouldn't have necessarily died if they didn't have the COVID, or not in that way in that time. Why do we have to have this argument? I don't get it. Putnam County restaurant. You may remember this one from back in the spring or the summertime. The Bridge Cafe and Bistro down in Putnam County, Hurricane, I believe, had put a Facebook posting up saying that its employees would not wear masks. And they were going to ask their employees to wear masks, and they're not going to ask anybody to wear a mask in their restaurant, even after the governor had imposed his mask order. And the health department there in Putnam County said, well, here's the deal. That's a health order that you have to follow. And if you don't, we'll pull your license and shut you down. And apparently the folks at the Bridge Cafe and Bistro said, okay, all right, well, we'll abide. And the Putnam County Health Department said just yesterday that they thought it was over and done with. Okay, well, just a little dust up. We got it all taken care of. And then yesterday, the folks in that restaurant said they're going to take the governor to court. Take the mask mandate to court. Now, again, I don't know whether it will or won't turn out. I think the governor would prevail. I do think you have executive authority to do this kind of stuff. But why do we have to fight this so hard? What's the problem with it? And these are the kinds of stories that have got me just so frustrated. And the kinds of attitudes that got me so frustrated that, and I was reading it on Facebook yesterday, and I got into a little argument with some folks, and I said, stop it, Howard, stop. Don't argue with these folks. I've given you facts, and you tell me I don't believe your facts. Typical Trump world, I guess. I don't believe the facts don't make a difference. I just get, can you tell, Biff, it's just eating away at me.
Yeah.
It's just getting to me. Why can't we, I don't want to sound like Rodney King, but why can't we all just get along? Why can't we all just do the right thing for everybody? I came across, literally just as the show opened this morning, there was a piece on my, just a quick line on my Facebook page. It said, COVID is a hoax. It's all designed to force us to have the vaccine so the government can control our brains. God help me. I'm slowly but surely just thinking I want to leave it all behind. Just forget all this crap. I want to read a good book, sing a nice song, just do anything except hear this kind of crap over and over and over again. I have some more thoughts on this. I'll share them with you coming up a little bit later on. We'll share some news right now, and then we'll talk to Zach from the Big 7 for our morning weather forecast. And if you have any thoughts on what I'm saying, and you can tell me I'm all wet, and many of you no doubt will, you're welcome to use the text line, 304-214-1600, 304-214-1600, if you want to text in and share your thoughts on this whole mask debate. Why do we have to fight this so hard? If you want to tell me if you are frustrated with Facebook as well, that's fine. And if you want to call after Zach is done, we'll have some open phone line time at 304-232-8255. But right now, we have news time here on the Watchdog Morning Show.
The WTRF Channel 7 News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
Now it's time for your local news headlines from 7 News at WTRF, My Ohio Valley, and ABC Ohio Valley. Only on AM 1600 WKKX. The Watchdog.
Good morning, Ohio Valley. It's finally Friday. We made it. All 3 organizations are providing hot meals for local families and seniors throughout Ohio County this Thanksgiving. Each year, Wheeling Island purchases dozens of frozen turkeys with the sole purpose of helping those in need. They also purchase turkeys as a gift for each of their associates. The Chapin-Lahana Foundation plans to help families in need by giving away more than 800 turkeys between Pittsburgh and Hancock County residents. The law firm will use contactless drive-through services to distribute those turkeys. They will be at Tomlinson Run State Park in the pool parking lot starting at 2 today. Those interested must complete a form on their website, chapinlahana.com/turkey-giveaway. That was a look at your headlines. Have a fantastic Friday, everyone, and a wonderful and safe weekend.
In case you missed it, Thursday night football, Seattle defeated Arizona 28-21. The Seahawks improved to 7-3. Arizona drops to 6-4. 9-0 Steelers in action Sunday when they visit the 1-8 Jacksonville Jaguars. By the way, Steelers favored by 10, and Jacksonville leads the overall series. 26 games played between the two teams. Jacksonville has won 14 while losing 12. College football Saturday, 4-4 Pitt will host Virginia Tech at Heinz Field. Tech favored by 2 points. The Ohio State Buckeyes will host the Hoosiers of Indiana. Iowa will visit winless Penn State. West Virginia, well, the Mountaineers will enjoy a bye week. And in case you missed it, a thriller in college football Thursday night. Tulsa, ranked 25 in the nation, outlasted Tulane 30-24 in double overtime. Hey, be safe out there. Be considerate of others. Check on the elderly. I'm Bill DeFabio on AM 1600, and we are the Watchdog.
The perfect cure for your quarantine blues. The Watchdog on Facebook Live. Watch The Watchdog weekdays on Facebook Live, beginning with the morning show with Howard Monroe at 7 a.m. Local talk radio, Watchdog style. Give us a call and tell us what you're thinking. Locally, 304-214-1600. Out of the area, toll free 866-514-1600 or 304-232-8255.
Watch out! He could climb on his soapbox at any time. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
Well, I have been soapboxing at quite a good bit of the morning this morning. I am so frustrated with Facebook in general, but Facebook is simply the place where the stupidity and the ignorance and the obstinance of the American public seems to reside anymore. And I can hardly take it anymore. People who say things like, COVID's a hoax and the vaccine's designed to give us take control of our brains. And when I put out numbers, statistics that come from people who actually add up statistics, they look and see how many people have died. They count them. It's not, I don't believe those numbers. I'm just getting very frustrated about it. Two public officials have responded to this, and I am not going to share the entire text because I'm not going to tell you who they're from, and I don't want them to be put in any more problems here. But from one public official, as you probably saw, I had to leave Facebook a while after such and such a thing happened. I ended up in the ER with chest pains. It's not worth it. And that's kind of where I'm at as well. And then also off the text line, Howard, I can't read this one because it will tell you who it's from, but a couple of public officials who are finding themselves in the same kind of frustration as I am texting in. So all I can say is I'm feeling your pain. I'm feeling your pain. Now, we also got this one off the text line at 304-214-1600. Fear-mongering Monroe. I always get that, fear-mongering Monroe. I wear a mask. I agree it's no big deal. Study after study have confirmed the only effective mask is the N95. The mask you're wearing today is better than nothing, but once again, you are misguided. What am I misguided about? A mask? Oh, at any rate, just leave it alone. Leave it alone, Howard. Just leave it alone. Fear-monger. I get that. You're a fear-monger. I got 2 or 3 people love that. You're a fear-monger, Howard. You're a fear-monger. Telling people that COVID's dangerous. 250,000 people are dead. More people than died in car crashes and strokes and suicides. That's not a hoax. That's not fear-mongering. That's fact. I'm not sure I'm going to make it till 10, Biff. Seriously, I'm just not sure I'm going to make it till 10. If you want to text me, you can, 304-214-1600, 304-214-1600, or use the CityNet hotline at 304-232-8255. Well, the good news is we have a nice day weather-wise, so Zach can maybe calm me down a bit. Good morning, Zach.
Morning, Howard. How are you today?
I'm getting frustrated. I'm getting frustrated with the stupidity of the American public. I'm getting tired of people who don't want to accept reality. I'm getting tired of all the arguing and the name calling that goes on Facebook. I'm getting frustrated, Zach.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Howard. Hopefully the weather can calm you down.
Yeah, at least it's going to be a good day. Calm me down. Give me a good forecast, at least for today, right?
Yeah, I'll give you, we'll break it down for you, Howard. So right now we're noticing temperatures out the door at the Wheeling, Ohio County airports are hovering in the mid-50s, so a nice, warm, mild start to your day compared to where we were sitting in the upper 30s yesterday. So again, there's one positive. The second positive that I have for you, it's relatively clear skies outside. It looks like there's a few high, thin, wispy cirrus clouds up into the upper levels of our atmosphere, but that just gives you something to break apart the monotony or the vast blue skies that we have overhead. But it looks like things will change as we head into the afternoon, and we're going to see a nice warm temperature today in the mid to low 60s for our high temperature, but we're going to be staying windy. The winds will be blowing from the southwest. It's 10 to 15 miles per hour with a gust or two upwards of 25 possible, but it looks like clouds will start to build in as we head into your mid to late afternoon. But another positive, if you don't like looking at the gray and the overcast skies, well, sunset today is at 5:02, so if you play the imagination game that if I don't see it, they're not there, well, just play that card because we won't be able to see anything because the sun's going down at 5:02. So there's another positive. So I got 3 positives for you today, so hopefully that can perk you up.
I like that last one. And if all else fails, it'll get dark sooner, and you won't know how great. I like that. That's a good positive. But tomorrow's going to be a little bit dicier, right?
Yeah, it looks like tomorrow we're going to not welcome in, but it looks like we're going to usher in some overcast skies, a stray shower possible in through the early morning hours, and then again the possibility of one popping up at any point tomorrow because we're going to have a lot of moisture in through the upper levels, and that's what's going to be giving us the rather thick and gray clouds. And then into Sunday, well, a better chance of widespread rain showers as a cold front approaches from the west. And it's going to pack a little bit of a punch. We'll be feeling the effects of that late Sunday evening and into Monday morning with temperatures back in the mid to upper 40s. And some rain showers to start the work week, but it should clear out by the time we head into your afternoon on Monday. And I do have a Turkey Day forecast for you, Howard. We have mostly cloudy skies, temperatures hovering in the mid-50s. And if you were able to watch the news this morning, you would see my turkey icon dancing back and forth because he's just so happy to eat all the abundance of food that I'm sure most houses will be consuming, but it might be without a few special guests, especially due to the pandemic.
Yeah, I think everybody will still have a nice big meal. It's just we can't have it with the whole family around, but everybody will eat and eat well. At least I certainly speak for myself. We have just a couple of folks, my wife and I, and my son and daughter-in-law and grandson, because we've been self-quarantining together the whole time.
Right.
So we'll be here and have a nice big turkey and ham dinner. Looking forward to that. The rest of the family, unfortunately, has to go on their own. But all will eat. We all will eat. I did hear you say on the Big 7 this morning, this is one of your favorite holidays, right?
Absolutely, Howard. Again, you know me. I love to eat. I'm a foodie. I'm just so looking forward to pigging out.
I'm with you. I love Thanksgiving for a couple of reasons. Number one, the food. I mean, just be honest about it. You get turkey and dressing. Are you a turkey and dressing kind of guy? Is that what you have for your Thanksgiving?
Turkey, mashed potatoes, filling, and we make our own pierogies too.
Ooh, that sounds good. Yeah, that'd be good. So I'm first of all, I love the food. Secondly, normally we at least have a chance to get together with the family. Not this year, but it's a family thing. So. And thirdly, there's no other pressure of any kind.
Right.
It's not like Christmas where, at least in our house, we have to get from one house to another and make sure that everybody gets their gifts. And, there's a lot of activity on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, at least in the Monroe household there is. Thanksgiving, it's just get up, eat, take a nap,
Wake up, eat, and sleep again, and then watch football.
And have leftovers tomorrow. I mean, that's it. That's all there is you have to do. That's why I love this holiday more than any other. I think I'm with you. I completely agree. So
now, will I be talking to you on Thursday, Friday, or are you off Thursday?
Actually, we're off both days, which is unusual.
Okay.
We normally work on Friday, but we're actually getting both days off next week.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
We'll be off on Thursday and Friday. Right, Biff? I better check with Biff. Biff's in charge of everything, right, Biff?
Yes, Thursday and Friday, both days.
Right. So we get
and then
2
the
days
following
off.
week, Howard, I'll be on vacation.
Oh.
So Aaron will be in for me the following week. Let's pull up the calendar. November 30th through December 4th, you'll have Aaron to talk to that week.
He's good. He was a good replacement for you. Last week when you were gone for a day?
Yep. Yeah.
I don't want to pry. Are you going to go like on vacation, or just go back home, or what are you doing?
I have no idea now. Since everything was on the rise, whenever I was planning on doing this, I think it was in mid-October, I was going to say, I'm going to go visit my grandparents up in the State College area, but
gotcha.
I don't know now. I mean, I haven't been doing anything at home. I've been self-quarantining, I guess, not hanging out with much of anyone, and then My parents have been, again, not doing much except their typical work stuff and, of course, wearing masks and taking your distance. And so I have no idea what I'm going to do, but maybe go hunting back home. I'm a big sportsman. I like being outdoors, and maybe help my parents tie up some loose ends at the new house. I have no idea, but I guess a nice little break of the action because I don't know, I've been working 5 days a week straight for a little bit now, so a nice little change in pace is certainly going to be a welcome sight for me.
A break never hurts. I'm with you. All right. Well, but we will talk to you again for the early part of next week at least, and then we're off for a couple of days. You're off for a week, so but we'll get a couple of days in next week, so that's good. Have yourself a great weekend, and we will talk to you on Monday.
All right, Howard, take it easy. Hopefully, I was able to make you feel a little better today.
I do. I'm calm. I'm calmer now. I suspect I'll get frustrated again in about 60 seconds, but but you did calm me down for a few minutes here. Thanks for that, Zach.
Yeah,
have a good weekend. It's 8 before the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Yeah, I feel a little calmer now. I will get back to my Facebook rant and stuff in a few minutes. I've been focusing on the COVID stuff on Facebook that's got me so frustrated. It's also, and politics is kind of my life. I love following politics, and I post a lot of Facebook things. I try to post information on Facebook and not really intend for it to be an argument, and invariably it becomes an argument, and that's what just gets so frustrating to me. And then yesterday I was thinking about all of the turmoil this country is in, that Trump has put us through in the last 4 years and is really putting us through in his last few months here, this fruitless and yet drawn out effort to somehow claim that he could win this election when everybody knows he isn't, he hasn't, he didn't, but he's still trying, and it's just very, very, very frustrating to see that and to know that the real intent of what he wants to do is just simply to delegitimize democracy. It's just frightening. Let's do a quick D.C. digest, Brother Biff. Get a couple of quick Washington D.C. stories in here. They'll frustrate me, but let's get those in here this morning.
From Pennsylvania Avenue to Capitol Hill, here's a look at the news affecting you from the nation's capital. This is the D.C. Digest on the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
Biff, did you have a chance to see either live or some of the video clips of Rudy Giuliani's goofy press conference yesterday?
Yes, I did.
Man, I don't know. I've said that many times. I used to have huge respect for Rudy Giuliani. I really did. He was a crusading prosecutor in Manhattan, went after white-collar crime and others. I commended what he did in New York City as the mayor. He kind of held that city together after 9/11. I had great respect for him. And then, man alive, I just don't know. And the guy's bonkers. And if you watched his press conference yesterday, where he was trying to explain how Trump could win this election and failing miserably, I might add, but the hilarious. Did you see? His face was melting. Most people think it might have been the hair dye. It was just literally there's ooze running down the side of his face. I think he's a wax vampire, and his face was finally falling apart. It was just unbelievable. And he was quoting my cousin Vinny as his proof that there's been election violations. CNN had a little piece about it.
I know crimes. I can smell them.
After suffering a string of court losses, Rudy Giuliani and the rest of Trump's legal team held a press conference today that went off the rails as they made a series of baseless allegations, and Giuliani's hair dye ran down his face.
Did you all watch My Cousin Vinny? You know the movie? It's one of my favorite law movies because he comes from Brooklyn.
God. This is the president's chief defender out there. Even Fox News got a little distressed with Rudy. Rudy was trying to prove that there was voter fraud And he waved all these papers around, but there was nothing on the papers.
Well, that was certainly a colorful news conference from Rudy Giuliani, but it was light on facts. As for evidence, well, Giuliani kept holding up pages and pages of what he says are sworn affidavits, but he's declining to show them. Listen to his explanation.
I can't give you all these affidavits because if I do, these people will be harassed, they'll be threatened, they may lose their job. We have 100 more of these. I can't show them to you.
I've got all the proof in the world that you need. I can't show it to you. You'll have to take my right here in these papers. I got all the proof you need. And the courts have even been making fun of him. The courts, I mean, the judges have been making fun. Even Republican-leaning judges have been making fun of him. Giuliani went into court earlier this week, I guess it was. I think in Pennsylvania. I could be wrong. He went into court earlier this week and was trying to argue argue points of the case that Giuliani himself had already asked to be withdrawn from the case. And the judges said, well, Mr. Giuliani, that argument, that's not in the case. That's not one of your claims. You're arguing, but there's no claim behind it. And Giuliani kind of went, oh, well, I'll have to add that back in then. Oh, my Lord. And again, I had huge respect for, I'm not being funny. I'm not being I had gigantic respect for Rudy Giuliani. And then Hutchke. Meanwhile, the president gets upset about election rigging or vote, tampering or what have you. President Trump is doing something that is literally the definition of election tampering. He's invited Republican state leaders from Michigan to meet with him at the White House today to try to convince them to not certify the election results for Joe Biden, but rather allow the legislature to step in and appoint pro-Trump electors. It's literally the definition of election interference. The people whose job it is to determine whether the election was fair or not. Trump's invited to the White House, don't forget to vote for me. And all that calm stuff that Zach had me calm down for. Now I'm just frustrated again. I'll see if Reverend Cummings can pray for us coming up in the next segment of the show. It's just about 8 o'clock and 54 degrees. The Watchdog Morning Show for a Friday.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
Am I making any sense today, Biff? I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning and haven't been back to bed since, so. Okay, all right, because I'm not totally sure. I just could not sleep. Don't know why. I got up at 3. That's not unusual to get up at 3, but I normally can I could not get back to sleep. So I've just been wandering the house like a ghost. All right. Reverend Cummings I assume he's coming in. I don't know, but Reverend Cummings next segment. And then McCabe at 9. That's all we got.